Okay, I didn't know what you were reaching for. This is your favorite Secret Invasion YouTube channel where we talk about all things Secret Invasion and why you should care about it. Um, the guy behind the book is Leroy and Michael.
This is for y'all.
This is for y'all. I,
We did this for you.
I feel like it's 50-50. We did this for them, but we also did this for ourselves because I want to see this trailer. I'm excited. I've been wondering where Nick Fury has been for the longest time. Like I knew where he was. I was like, what you been up to? Are we gonna get some of this? Like what's going on?
What I want to know is why did they make this?
Because it'll make money.
No. Like, why do Secret Invasion now instead of before? Like, before you introduce the scrolls. You see what I'm saying? Like I want to know like what was the thought process? Like the trailer will inform me how this came about because the story Secret Invasion is the Skrulls basically infiltrated, tried to take over the planet. They have a Skrull queen. We find out there's some prominent people who were Skrulls the whole time, that they weren't real, that they were kidnapped, and like I want to know how they tie this into the current MCU and like why did they do it? Like what made them go with this? So that's just
Okay.
me.
All right. You ready?
I was born ready.
Okay. Let's do it. Turn up a little bit. There we go.
Hey Nick.
You think that's Nick? Oh, I guess it is.
Damn,
For
I'm
years,
good.
you've been
I feel-
avoiding Earth. I have called for your help plenty of other times, and you've been pretty content to let those calls go straight to voicemail.
Yeah, well, this is different.
He's not wearing the patch.
How much do you know about your security detail?
What do you mean, how much do I know about him?
Huh.
Fury? We're gonna be very careful now.
You're in no
Olivia
shape for
Colman.
this fight that lies before us.
This is just the beginning.
This is my war alone. And I'm the last person standing between them and what they really want. And what is that?
Is that what you needed? Is that what you wanted?
I didn't know what I wanted. I didn't
Uh-huh.
know I needed this, but this looks nothing like this, and it looks amazing. So like,
So, it can you? Is there a way you can explain that without spoiling stuff, or no?
okay, here we go.
Because I'm curious,
So,
like why you why? Because I don't really know the storyline. So what's different about this?
so here's the thing. Here's the without spoiling it. The conquering alien race known as the Skrulls has spent decades infiltrating our world. They use their shape-shifting power to snake their way into the highest levels of government, the military, and even the superhero community. Is that five-star general who he appears to be is Iron Man, or are they all Skrulls? No one knows. The Skrulls' ability defy all technological and mystical detection. Brother is turned against brother and hero against hero as the Skrulls use their positions of power and ultimate weapon of confusion to launch a massive offensive to conquer Earth. It's been happening for years, quietly, but now the full force of Secret Invasion is upon us. So, in Secret Invasion comes out of Brian Michael Bendis's New Avengers.
Mhm.
During Secret Invasion, they figure out that there's a scroll. Scrolls have been masqueraded as different people. For a while, everyone thinks Tony Stark is a Skrull because he takes over Shield and he's in charge and he starts all kind of stuff. So they find a scroll. The new Avengers are on the road. There's Avengers and there's Mighty Avengers because the Avengers split, and the new Avengers are not sanctioned. So they're like, what do? We need to tell somebody about this secret invasion going on. And they try to take it to Tony Stark, but then they're scared because they
don't
think
know.
and there's also possibly scrolls on the team. So they don't know who's a scroll. They don't know, and so they don't know who they can trust.
Yeah.
It's Secret Invasion is the reason. This is the reason why I asked that. Secret Invasion is a 8-issue tent pole type issue. So think like Endgame, Infinity Gauntlet, Civil War. Those were like big mini series that touched everything in the Marvel universe. This is one of them. So that's why I was like, what was the thought process? Because this would be a movie. In my opinion, because usually that's what they do. But to turn it into a TV series makes it look sinister, dark, and has that. Remember, I talked about like Marvel has so many different things for you. They have like your cosmic stuff, you have your spy stuff, you have your ground and pound, like your Daredevil, your Punisher type stuff. You have your mystical wing. This is everybody. So like your Spider-Woman, your X-Men, your Fantastic Four. This touches everything. But this looks like Captain America Winter Soldier.
That's an A in my book.
It looks like, so it has that spy feel. So that's why I said I didn't know how they were going to pull this off, because this has like space battles in it.
Sure.
So I didn't know how they were going to pull this off and how they tie this into the rest of the MCU, because basically what happens is a hero gets killed. So if you read the book, so basically, I want to say, is it Elektra?
I mean, maybe don't spoil it for people who want to find out.
None, they're not going to put Elektra because she's not introduced yet. She's not coming.
No, what I'm saying is, if people want to read the actual thing.
Oh no, it's the first page.
Okay.
Like that's how what happens. So what happens is a hero gets killed. I think it's Elektra, and then she's like laying there as a Skrull. So after they die, they revert back to being a Skrull, and so they're like, wait a minute, that wasn't Elektra. Where the hell is Elektra? And I think it's Elektra, but I'm not sure. But that's basically what happens. But the real reason the secret invasion happens in the books is because of the Illuminati. So remember in Doctor Strange, that group that was there,
Sure.
everybody like wigged out over in Doctor Strange.
The Illuminati.
The Illuminati in the comics gets caught by the Skrull Empire. And that's what sets in motion the secret invasion. So basically, the Illuminati basically gave the blueprint for them to come here and take over.
Okay. A couple things I'm taking away from the trailer. One, it looks awesome. Looks great. Happy to see Maria Hill back.
Yeah.
Just to see what's going on with Kobe Smulders. Olivia Colman looks awesome. She's great in everything she does. Apparently she is running some different sect of Skrulls that is different from Talos, I guess.
So
is what I'm gathering.
So here's the funny thing about that. So in the comics, that's why a lot of people were upset. In comics, the Skrulls are normally the bad guys.
Right.
So remember in Captain Marvel, everybody was like, the Kree were the bad guys, and it's like, well, both of them technically are bad guys. Like the Kree are just arrogant jerk wads. Yeah, I'm trying to stop cursing because you know why.
Yeah, sure.
I don't need my son to say the F word every day. And so there's a Skrull queen.
If you want Leroy to say the F word on us, be sure to get them likes and comments up. Go ahead, keep going.
So there's a Skrull queen, which a lot of people think Amelia Clark was playing, but based on the trailer, it doesn't look like she's playing the Skrull queen.
I mean,
it looks like
Olivia Colman could be the Skrull queen.
That's the big question. I like the fact that we get to see Kingsley Ben-Adir. I like him. He was also in Peaky Blinders for a little bit. I really like him as an actor. He is my choice for the new James Bond.
Okay.
If you want, to me, if you want to go younger, you want to go. They want a black James Bond. I know everybody wants Idris Elba. Idris has said several times it's probably not going to be him. Let me get him.
Hmm.
So yeah, I'm really hype about this. Like I didn't know how hype I was going to be for this.
It's interesting that Nick Fury comes up to Don Cheadle. Don Cheadle has some sort of service detail that follows
Hmm.
him. So I'm wondering
You know, he
what's happened to Don
probably got a
Cheadle.
promotion.
Well, yeah, but I'm like, promotion to what? In the MCU, like what is his new
I'm
military title in the MCU? I'm
Well,
curious.
here's the thing. We know he probably is a big deal because he was still a commissioned officer when he helped save the known universe.
Hmm.
We know he got some type of promotion because we saw him in not in
Winter Falcon.
uniform. Yep, in Winter Falcon. So I I wonder because we know I wonder if he's running some type of superhero division now that we know
That's like governed by the military or whatever.
I wonder because we know we have Sword, and we know the leader of Sword was deposed. Is that the word we're going to use?
Sure,
Arrested from WandaVision. So I wonder, is he heading Sword now?
maybe. Also, I saw, and this would be a nice little breadcrumb. There was a scene where they showed damage control going somewhere because
Hmm.
the couple has some damage control stuff, and a couple of the shows have had damage control people as being kind of like adversaries to the main hero, like with Miss
Hmm.
Marvel and
Yes.
a little like a few scenes in the Spider-Man No Way
Hmm.
Home or whatever. I wonder if they've already been infiltrated by the Skrulls.
I wonder if damage control has taken over because remember, Shield is no more. So
Hmm.
so we know we know there's a Shield. We know there's a damage control. Um, we know there's a Sword. So my
That's another
question
one.
is, um, like I want to know what government agencies are still here in the
Sure.
comic in the MCU because in the comic universe there's a wide variety of like government agencies.
Hmm.
Um, I know that we get the Red Hood later on, and I think the Ironheart series. I think your boy Anthony Ramos has been cast as a Hood from In the Heights in Hamilton.
Hmm.
Um, he plays a big part in Secret
And he also did
Invasion.
21 Chump Street. Go check that YouTube video out. It's fantastic.
21 Jump Street,
Chump Street.
Chump Street. I
Yeah.
don't know what that is.
Google it. It's fun.
Okay. Um, like I said, I'm really interested to see how this plays out because again, this really looks totally different from what Secret Invasion the book was, and it looks great. Like it looks like you got Ben Mendelsohn on one side with Samuel L. Jackson, and it's like who are they up against? We know
Sure.
it's Scrolls, but
Hmm.
what is there like? Is this another? Is because remember the Scrolls? They were refugees. They were running from the Kree. So is this the like did they rebuild their like what happened? Because remember, Captain Marvel was helping them move to another place. So
Yeah.
did they come back? Like I
Yeah.
have so many questions.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Yeah. 2023 can't come fast enough.
oh,
This is definitely Marvel and granted we haven't seen the show, but in terms of getting you hyped for stuff, Marvel is definitely setting those breadcrumbs of like, yeah, we still got it. We're still on our game. People think we're slipping. No, we just got a long game. You don't know what's coming yet.
and not only that, this looks so like this is the thing that I wonder about. So they've done a real good job of making sure like you could watch their shows and it doesn't really tie into everything else. Like you could watch Captain America Winter Falcon uh and like you could be okay. Like it doesn't like you don't have to watch everything. She-Hulk you can watch it and or Miss Marvel. Like you can watch those and just be okay, dip in and dip out. Um Moon Knight, you can watch that and kind of dip out. This looks to be like kind of like Loki, where
Like this is going to tie into some stuff.
and
Yeah.
And this looks like it may have some long-lasting effects for later on down the road. Because again, who is a Skrull, and
Yeah.
who can you trust? So I'm really excited for this.
It would be interesting if some of the people that we know are like, oh, they've been a
Hmm.
scroll this time. That'll be cool.
And that's what Secret Invasion was. So like in the book, um, Mockingbird was a Skrull, and so the whole time they didn't realize Mocking. So the thing is, when they kidnapped these people, they'd been gone for years. No one
Hmm.
knew that they had been gone, and so like this, um, in the book, when they figure out like who's all been kidnapped, like it's like this mind blowing. Like you have to relearn this person. So there are people who were married and was like, "We're married," and somebody's like, "Yeah, that wasn't me," and you're like, "What?" Like
Hmm.
it really was like who could you trust? Who was a scroll? And like
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it.
Did this, and I don't know how this will work into the TV show or not, but for the book, did the scrolls ever take over like everyday people?
Yeah,
Okay. I was
every
just
day,
curious if, if, if it
because
was
they
like,
were everywhere.
right. Okay.
So like they took over everywhere and like all facets of government, like different parts of government, so that they could be ready for when the day came. Now the funniest thing is now the scrolls are like the scroll and the Kree empires get along,
Hmm.
but that's further on down the road. Um, yeah, like now I want to reread this. And so this is another thing. So out of this is where we get so Norman Osborn, which this book was good, but it wasn't great because you had to be reading another book to kind of get everything. So in the Secret Invasion, Norman Osborn was um, put in charge of the Thunderbolts program, and he was the one who capped on live television the major Skrull baddie, and so
Hmm.
he got promoted to head of Shield, and Tony Stark fell out of good graces because everybody was like, "You screwed up." He had pissed too many people off, and then Norman Osborn ushered in his own version of the Avengers.
Hmm.
He became the Iron Patriot, and he took over. He got all of Iron Man's armor, seized the whole empire. He painted the Iron Man armor this weird American flag color. He literally took over. He created his own agency called Hammer, and he made his own Avengers using villains like in Thunderbolts. It
Cool.
was great. Oh, I loved it.
So it's they're definitely setting the seeds for something. We just have to see what it's coming.
Because
That'll be it for this video. Like,
I
comment,
can talk about this
subscribe.
all night.
Yeah. Before y'all behind the scenes, before we started, Leroy's like, we'll do a few videos, but he just got energy for it to talk about Secret Invasion. So there we go.
Man, I'm telling you right now. You know what kind of energy I got?
What?
I got the energy that Arkansas had when they whooped South Carolina's behind.
We didn't need that smoke, but okay, sure, great. Friends of the show, University of South Carolina.
Hey, like
Um,
us and subscribe.
like
University of
and
South
subscribe.
Carolina.
Yeah, like and subscribe, Gamecock Nation.
Clemson likes and subscribes us.
Okay, there. Yeah, great. Anyway, follow us at We Trying Y'all at Twitter, Instagram, and Twitch. You can also follow us on YouTube and Facebook at We Trying. We will put up more videos as we react to trailers from
Yep.
D23, and we out.
Deuces.